Well, I guess we can't even be mad as Sens fans about the game last night. Ottawa picks up a point in a 3-2 overtime loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs in a game which, even though they battled hard on a back-to-back, I didn't think they were their best. And Toronto definitely took the play to them for long stretches of that game. Just some lineup notes in this one. Anton Forsberg gets the start. Philip Gustafsson is going to be the backup in this game. It is a back-to-back, so I'm not totally surprised about Forsberg getting the start. To be honest, I don't know much about Anton Forsberg, but he comes in this game and he played pretty well, actually. And also Braden Coburn comes into the lineup in place of Christian Wolanin. Wolanin put on waivers. I'm going to get to that more later. And the fact that Coburn and Josh Brown get to be regulars on this team. Well, Brown and Coburn haven't really been regulars, but the fact that they get in and play over Christian Wolanin is very upsetting to me. And is Christian Wolanin the next reincarnation of Thomas Chabot? No, I don't think he was ever going to be that. But to put a guy like that on waivers you're making a mistake. I think there's a lot more there than what he's shown so far. DJ Smith and the Ottawa Senators have really not given Wolanin a chance to show his stuff completely, but I will get more to that, like I said, later. The game started off as a penalty frenzy from both teams. There was 5 power plays between the two teams in the first period, and the Leafs had 3 of them, the Sens had 2, nothing's really going on. And then later in that first period, Connor Brown would score his 7th of the season on a gaff by Jack Campbell. Chris Tierney gets the assist. Campbell tried to play it around. A good play there by Tierney to block it. He passes it out front. Brown puts it into the empty net. He's not going to get an easier goal than that. And despite the Sens not having their best stuff in that first period, I thought Toronto really took the play to them for most of that period, except maybe the final 5 minutes of it. I thought the Sens came alive and had some better legs than they did in the first 15. Nonetheless, Brown scores and the Sens are up 1-0 heading into the first intermission. And then that second period was just really the two teams exchanging chances back and forth. Toronto had many great chances on Forsberg. The Sens had many great chances on Jack Campbell. I mean, both teams just looked like they were going to score a bunch of goals. Both goalies were really good in this game, by the way. And the shots in that second ended up being 17-16 for Toronto, so very high shot, high event period for both teams. But one of Toronto's shots would find its way into the net as Ilya Mikheyev would get a goal, his 5th of the season, assisted by Brody and Hyman. The puck was kind of chipped on goal. It went off the post. Mikheyev coming in, hits off his shoulder, goes in. There's some talk amongst the refs. Originally, the refs wiped it out, I should mention. And there was a lot of talk about whether the goal would stand or not. And they reviewed it. It did count. It was the right call. Mikheyev did not make any forward motion with his arm to knock the puck into the net. He just was stopping and it really went off of him and in the net. So nonetheless, good goal for Toronto. It counts. It's 1-1 going into the third. And then 10:41 into that third period, former Senator Jason Spezza absolutely rips home a blistering slap shot past Anton Forsberg. I was going to say Philip Forsberg. But he rips it past Anton Forsberg. That's assisted by Kerfoot. That was a bad play by Chabot. And one thing I want to mention is I don't really know why DJ Smith is playing Thomas Chabot almost 30 or above 30 minutes every single night in a lost season where the points don't matter anymore at this point of the season. And I don't know why they're doing it, just so they don't have to be embarrassed and finish second last in the league or last like they have the last few years. And I don't know why DJ Smith is running Chabot into the ground. I find he's not playing as well these last number of games. He's turning the puck over a lot because he's getting so much ice time. And I just think at times he's been looking a little bit tired and it's finally starting to catch up to him. So just not a smart move by DJ Smith all around. Speaking of turnovers, Jack Campbell just can't help himself. The puck gets dumped in. He's coming out of the net. Then he made a halfway decision. When you're a goalie and you're going to play the puck, you got to go full way or no way. And Campbell kind of went halfway. Alex Formenton comes in. He scores his 1st of the season, assisted by Clark Bishop and Ryan Dzingel. Bishop's been very good, Dzingel's been very good, and Formenton's been very noticeable as well these first 2 games. I thought he was even better last night, so good on Formenton for getting that goal. Game's tied up at 2. And there was this play in the third period where Artem Zub tripped up Wayne Simmons. It was a clear trip, the refs missed it. Simmons was absolutely furious about it. So he goes to talk to referee Eric Furlat about it, and Furlat's like this. He's got his hand over his mic. He's determined not to become the next Tim Peel and say something that, I don't know, maybe a ref's not supposed to say or whatever. Well, he was giving Wayne Simmonds that explanation. I just wanted to throw that in because I thought that was pretty interesting and a little bit funny too to see that. Sens bank a point despite not being that great throughout this game. I thought they had a not so great first period. Averagely played second. I thought, both teams could have had like 3 goals apiece probably in that second. There was so many chances both ways. Third period, I thought was a little more in favor of Toronto. I didn't think the Leafs dominated that third period, but I thought they definitely had the better edge in play. You could see Toronto probably was the more desperate team, and it didn't help that the Sens were playing back-to-back nights, 3 games in 4 nights, and Toronto had been rested since Saturday too, I might add. So we go to overtime, and it's pretty exciting overtime both ways, I would say. Both goalies playing well again. Toronto did have 4 shots to Ottawa's 1 in that overtime. And then there was a play really late, hence the title of this video. The Sens get a 3-on-1. They're going to break out the zone, and the last man back is a forward, Auston Matthews. And I know Auston Matthews is a terrific player, but let's face it, he's not a defenseman. So if you're the Sens or a Sens fan like myself, you're kind of sitting there getting all excited, like, okay, they have a forward back, and it's a 3-on-1. But then Thomas Chabot is trying to pass the puck across. Auston Matthews intercepts it, and then he goes in the other way. I thought he was going to score on this play. He comes in around Chabot. He hits the side of the net. Mitch Marner picks up the puck. He passes it over to Justin Holl, who buries it, and that's it. That's set match, game over. Sens blow a big chance, and that was frustrating to see, but I mean, wow, what a play by Auston Matthews. That was unbelievable. And again, that turnover, I don't know if it's a product of Chabot being tired, but I would like to see him make a better play with the puck in that situation when you got an attack going, 3 guys against not just 1 guy, but 1 forward especially. Try and make him play like a defenseman on that play, not just, throw an easy one. Good play by Matthews, bad play by Chabot. I think that's the best way to sum that one up. And Pierre Dorian's so elated with this outcome that he just grabs his drink and he throws it as hard as he can. And after seeing that, I couldn't decide what Pierre Dorian was more upset about. The fact that his team lost this game, or the fact that the guy he traded for Derek Brassard in the summer of 2016 had his second 6-point game of the year. I'm going to circle back on the Christian Wolanin being on waivers. Like I said, he's not going to be the next Thomas Chabot. He's 26 years old. He kind of is what he is at this point. But I still don't think he's shown everyone what he can really be. And DJ Smith, like I said earlier, has not given him opportunities to succeed. Only playing a guy 8 to 10 minutes a night, especially a defenseman, that's really low for an NHL defenseman to play that little. Only playing him 8 to 10 minutes a night, he's not going to get to show what he can really do. He's a good offensive defenseman. Instead, you have these cement heads in there like Braden Coburn and Josh Brown just filling up a space. Josh Brown and Braden Coburn, those guys are not the future of the Ottawa Senators, or at least they shouldn't be. So you should be giving Christian Wolanin every opportunity to succeed. You should be giving Eric Brandstrom every opportunity to succeed, not giving Josh Brown or Braden Coburn or Eric Goodbranson, even for that matter, every opportunity to succeed. It's just so frustrating and very concerning to see the Senators valuing grit and physicality over skating and skill. And don't get me wrong, you do need some grit and physicality in your lineup, but you can't have it always come at the cost of a young, skilled, good skating prospect like Christian Wolanin. And now we don't know when the Ottawa Senators' next game is going to be. Is it going to be Tuesday against the Habs, with Montreal being in that whole protocol thing and everything that's going on now? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen there and when Ottawa's next game will be. This is the first uncertainty we've had in the North Division as far as the scheduling of games go this year. But let me know all that and more in the comment section below about this game especially. I want to hear about, and that wild finish we had there in overtime. So let me know all that and more. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll talk to you soon.